Hello, my name's Simonize and welcome to another Simonize video. I wanted to make this video today as just a recap of the first 2 weeks of the Icecrown Citadel raid. Tell you how things are going for me, what I think of the raid, and show you some of the cool loot I got on some of my characters. So, let's get to it. First of all, I've done a lot of Icecrown Citadel already. I have done 25-man on 4 different characters each week, as well as 10-man on 4 different characters each week, for a total of 16 Icecrown Citadel raids. I've killed the first 11 bosses in heroic mode, both 10 and 25-man. I've killed Lich King in normal mode, both 10 and 25-man, but haven't secured a 25-man heroic or 10-man heroic Lich King kill just yet. First of all, is it fun? I would say yes, mostly fun. There's a lot of interesting mechanics and a variety of ways to work around them to still be able to do a bunch of damage. And that's what I like. I like having boss mechanics where you have to figure out how to do them, and you can figure out how to do them more efficiently to deal more damage. There's a good variety of encounters, some that favor melee, some that favor range DPS, and overall, I'd say, yeah, it's a pretty fun raid. However, there are some encounters like Sindragosa and Blood Prince Council that are definitely not fun. I really don't like these. Sindragosa is one where basically every mechanic causes you to stop attacking, stop casting spells, move away from the boss, move out of line of sight of the boss, get stunned. Like, all the mechanics are just about not doing your thing, not playing your class, and that's lame. And Blood Prince Council, I have to say, takes the cake as the worst encounter in the raid, and I think a lot of people will agree with me. Let me know if you think so also in the comments. The heroic version of Blood Prince Council has an added mechanic that punishes you for moving, deals you damage as you move with a stacking debuff, and eventually, if you move anymore, the debuff will just kill you. So you have to stand still, wait for it to fall off, then you can move again. And in a lot of fights, this wouldn't be like that big of a deal. But Blood Prince Council, every other mechanic in the fight forces you to move to handle the mechanic properly. So you have simultaneously things that are forcing you to move and things that are punishing you for moving. And overall, it's a super obnoxious fight. On top of that, it has a classic type of mechanic that I hate dealing with, where one player in the raid is supposed to handle a certain thing, and if that one person screws up, usually the raid wipes. That's the kinetic bombs that spawn during the encounter. And just like having things assigned to one person where if they screw it up even slightly, the raid wipes, just results in an encounter that I think is not very fun. Finally, the last thing that is not fun about Icecrown Citadel, I think, is the Lich King. I think the extreme difficulty of Heroic Lich King worsens the overall raid experience. Even the best guilds in the world took over 100 attempts on Heroic Lich King to kill. Literally the best guilds in the world taking over 100 attempts to kill the Lich King. That's ridiculous to me. I don't want to wipe to a boss over 100 times before killing it, and I also don't want to play the game on easy mode or normal mode, knowing that there's a greater difficulty with greater rewards in the game that's simply out of my reach. I think the difficulty of Heroic Lich King is at a level that is unreasonable for most players to access, and I think that makes it a worse experience. Overall, this was actually the first classic raid release night that felt bad. I did the raid. I was hyped to go to the raid at first. We did the raid. We cleared 11 out of 12 heroic. We wiped a lot of time. Expectations were high. Pressure was high. We kept wiping. We got done what we wanted to get done, but in hindsight, it was a bad experience, and I didn't like it. So let's talk about some of the individual bosses, continuing on this difficulty trend. Giga Easy, Gunship. This is by far the easiest heroic in the entire raid. The generally easier heroics, the ones you should start doing first if you're progressing through, Marrowgar, Festergut, and Rotface, are definitely on the easier side of heroic difficulty raids. Medium difficulty, I'd say, includes Death Whisper, Saurfang, Blood Queen Lanethel, and Valithria Dreamwalker. Certainly the harder ones are Blood Prince Council, Professor Putricide, and Sindragosa, and as discussed earlier, Lich King is on the Giga Hard level of difficulty that is simply going to be inaccessible for the majority of players for quite some time. Finally, let's check out some loot. I did get a lot of loot playing all these characters, in all these different raids, so that's pretty cool. On my main rogue here, which I've been playing as combat in the guild raids, I got my 277 tier helmet, I got 264 tier gloves, we got a couple pieces out of 10-man with the Soul Thief's braided belt, and the Vambrace of the Frostworm Queen, Gluth's fletching knife, I believe, is 10-man also. Got my crafted legs, got my Cultist Blood-Soaked Spalders, were a good upgrade for now, not Bis, but we're making good use of them. So that's pretty cool. Not a whole lot of 25-man loot on this character, but it's the way it goes. On my second rogue, I got super lucky. I got a Blood Venom Blade Heroic from Deathbringer Saurfang the very first week. The second week, I was pumping. It was great. We also have 2-piece tier on this guy, and a Bone Warden's Splitter in the offhand, so this one's looking pretty good. Finally, I've got my third rogue, which I've been playing as Assassination in 25-man GDKPs. We got 2-piece here, of course, and we got Plague Soaked Leather Leggings from 10-man, Crafted Boots, Exalted Ring, and we got a Lungbreaker 277 eye level Heroic week 1. That's one of our 2 best in-slot weapons, so that was super cool, and I'm very happy playing a mix of different rogue specializations in different raids. And finally, my little Death Knight did actually get some love. We got some tier pieces that are super good on the Death Knight. We got a Rotface's Rupturing Ring helping my expertise out there a little bit, and I finally replaced my Caress of Insanity from Old War way back then. That weapon's really good, but we finally got rid of it, replacing it with a Soulbreaker, which was a nice and big upgrade on that sword there. So that's about how Icecrown Citadel week has been going for me. You know, it's been a hectic week with a lot of raiding on release week. It's been a lot, but it's been overall pretty fun. I would say the Icecrown Citadel week 2, my rating of the raid, I'd actually only give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, I really think the raid is overall too difficult to be fun. I think if the hard modes and difficult bosses were a little bit easier than they are, that it would be a much more enjoyable experience. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's not really like most of my videos. I'm not telling you how to do more DPS. I'm not telling you about some kind of mechanic. So let me know in the comments if you like this kind of update video, kind of trying a new thing. And if you guys really like this, I can keep doing more of these. Thank you for watching and have a great day.